Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I have a book haul for you, which is exciting because I feel like I never do these anymore, and that is literally because I have not been buying any books pretty much. So this is going to be all the books I bought in the first half of the year, except for the ones that I got at the used book sale, because I did do a whole haul video for that on its own. But other than that, this is going to be every new book I've bought so far this year. I also have like some book outlet books that I just ordered, so I'm going to show those at the end. So let's just get into it. So most of these books I have actually already read a lot of them because they're like my most anticipated books, I guess, of the year, because I had pre-ordered them last year. That's why I bought them this year, because like I said, I haven't really been buying books lately. But the first book is Love on the Lake by Helena Hunting. This is the second book. The first one is called Love Next Door. I pre-ordered this last year. I have not read this one yet. I did read the first one a couple weeks ago and enjoyed it, so I'm glad I have this. I just like collect all of Helena's books because I really love her. And so I have this. This one I believe follows the sister of the guy from the first book, so I'm excited to get to this. These are like cottage, small town summer romances. Really excited for these. I feel like the covers are a little bit interesting for, compared to like what Helena's covers normally look like. Like these ones are a little bit different, but they are still the same kinds of books. So I got that one. Next, I don't know why I bought this, and I feel like people are really gonna like hardcore judge me for this, but I got The War of Two Queens by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I have not read any of the books in this series, and yet I keep buying them whenever they come out. But I keep buying them because I keep getting them so cheap. Like this one, I'm pretty sure it was on sale for $20, and then they had like, I had like a coupon, like 30% off or something. So I literally only paid like, I don't know, like $14 or $15 for this book. And I pre-ordered it at the time. This was like last November that I ordered this. And like I said, haven't read any of the books yet. I do want to read them. I think this is the last one I'm gonna buy, like, before reading any of them though, because it's like getting a little bit crazy. Like this whole section of the shelf from like here to here is all just like this series that I haven't read yet. And so I got this one. I obviously have no idea what this is about because I haven't even read the first book yet. I think there's vampires in these books. I don't know. I know nothing. Like, don't take my word on that. I have no idea. Next, I got Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. This was obviously one of my more anticipated releases of the year. And read this one already. Small town, college, romance. I didn't love this one. I actually already got an arc of the second book, and I did like that one a little bit better. So if you got this one and you didn't really love it, give the second one a shot. I thought it was a little bit better. But this was like her new release of the beginning of the year, I guess. She's just had another one come out actually called The Misfit or something like that. I don't know if I'm going to read that one because I'm not really into like the whole prep school thing right now. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but like, I don't know. Bought this one. Kind of regretted it actually because on Prime Day they had this for like $7.50, and I know I definitely paid more than that because I don't think I've ever gotten a book that cheap online before. But got that one because like I said, that was one of my more anticipated ones. Then I got Starry-Eyed Love by Helena Hunting. The amount of books Helena Hunting puts out in a year is honestly like shocking to me. Like I don't think I could ever do that. I think if I wanted to write one book, it would probably take me 5 years, and she's just like cranking out like 3 or 4 books a year, which is nuts. This is the second book in the Spark House series. Like I said, I buy all of her books. I have read this one already. Wasn't my favorite, out of all of her books. I really like her indie books. I find a little bit more than her like traditionally published books, but I buy them anyway because like I said, I really love her. She is one of my favorites, and I do like collecting her books, so I got that one. Next, I got Book Lovers by Emily Henry. This is obviously her newest release. I read this one actually recently, last month, and I liked it, but I didn't love it. Like, I loved People We Meet on Vacation. This one I kind of just felt kind of meh about. Like, it was okay, but it wasn't anything like super great, I don't think. And I sort of felt that way with Beach Read, but both times I think it was maybe me that was the problem. Beach Read I listened to as an audiobook when I was super busy and I kind of got distracted, so I think that's maybe why I didn't love that one as much. And this one I was reading while I was on vacation with my family, so I was like reading a page like here and there, kind of like squeezing it in, and I feel like because of that I wasn't like involved in the story. Like I was very much just like, okay, where was I on this page, and like rereading the same page 6 times kind of thing. So I don't know if that was why, but I just like didn't really love this one. But I do like collecting Emily Henry's books. They're all really pretty, and like I said, I got these super cheap because I like pre-ordered them all last year, so that's why I've got them all. Next, this was probably my most anticipated book of the year, and that is Running Wild by K.E. Tucker. This is obviously the newest book in her, I think it's called the Wild series. It is like The Simple Wild is the first book, my favorite book of all time. And this is like the new one. This one follows Marie, who is a friend of Jonah, who is the main guy in the first 3 books. And I was really like hyped for this one, really excited about it. Didn't really love it. Didn't like Marie at all, and I think because she was a character that you already don't really like in the previous books, I think she had a lot to like live up to sort of make up for that. And I think even without that, I wouldn't have liked her, because she was just so like desperate in this book to literally be with anyone. Like, she wasn't even picky. Like, she would have dated anyone, I think, at by the end of this book. And I just like wasn't a fan of that. And it also focuses so much more on like the dog sled racing than it did on the romance. Like, there wasn't a ton of them even being together in this book. Like, they were just friends, if you could even call it that, for most of the book. So I wasn't like a huge fan of this one. I am glad that I bought it, because like I do want to like own the whole collection, but it like wasn't my favorite thing. Next, I got Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. This is obviously a second one to It Happened One Summer. For some reason, I thought I had It Happened One Summer, but I realized yesterday that I actually do not, so I will probably look for that on sale somewhere, because it is one that I would like to own. And this one I did really like. I kind of wish that there was going to be more in the series. I don't think there is. I think it's just these two are going to go together, because there's the 2 sisters. But I did really like this one, and am glad that I purchased it. I love the cover of this one too. It's like so cute. So I got that one. Next, I got Whispers of a Broken Halo by Abby Glines. This is the second book in her new Lyrics of a Small Town series. I don't know what the series is actually called. The first book is called Lyrics of a Small Town. This is the second one, and this is following Rio and Bryn. And I know everyone, I haven't read the first book yet, but everyone that read the first book I know was like, oh my god, I need a book about Rio, so I'm really excited that like his book already exists, so when I read the first one, I have this one already. I ordered this like when it came out, because I love Abby Glines' new adult books. They're like the books that got me into reading. At the very beginning, the Seabury series was one of the first big romance series that I read, and so I like buying her books when they come out now. So I got that one. And then another Abby Glines book. This is the last book that's not from Book Outlet. I got Game Changer. This book took forever to come out. My god. I don't know. It had something to do with the publisher. She said it has been written since like February 2020, and they just like were not putting it out. And they finally did. Finally got my copy. This was supposed to come out I think in November. I think it was first August 2020, then it was November 2020, and then they moved it to 21, and then it was like, I feel like I literally pre-ordered this like a million years ago, and finally got it. This is her YA football series. It takes place in high school. Like I said, YA series. This is one of the few YA books that I will actually read. I'm very, very picky with my YA now, and this is one series that I do remember enjoying. I'm hoping I still enjoy it, because it has been a little while since I read the first 5 books, but I'm excited to give this one a shot and see if I still like it. And so, like I said, those were all the ones that I like pre-ordered or bought, and then I placed a Book Outlet order, which is something I find I'm not doing as much lately. When I first got into reading, I was buying like things from Book Outlet like every 2 weeks. I had a box showing up, and I think it's because like back then I was like so new to reading that literally every book was new to me, like whether it was published yesterday or in 2005, it was equally as exciting to me. And now I'm just kind of at the point where like I have enough books that are like new releases that I want to read that I don't feel the need to go start looking for like backlisted books, and so I haven't been really ordering from them. They also like changed their like rewards program, so I don't get as many points, so I don't get as many free books, so that's kind of stopped me as well. But if you want a coupon for them, I do always have a $5 off your first order coupon link in my description of my videos, so you can go through there. So from them, I got Isn't It Romantic by Lyssa Kay Adams, and this is the 4th book in the Bromance Book Club series. I have already read this one, and I really wanted it because, as you can see up there, I have the rest of the series, so I wanted to get this one to add to the collection. And this one's also like the hockey player one, so I, had to own that because I love me a hockey player. But the new one that's coming out from this is a Christmas one, and I think it's Colton. Is it Colton? I think it's Colton. Who I really wanted his book, and it's going to be a Christmas book, and I'm just like so excited for that. So I got this one. I will probably get A Very Merry Bromance at some point too. I tend to wait for these ones specifically because I know they end up on Book Outlet. So this one is like in perfect condition too, so I'm excited about that. Like I said, I already read that one. I did really enjoy it. Next, I got 2 books. These were sort of what made me place the order because I read Enemies by Tijan and I really, really liked it. And I had seen these ones, and when they got both of them in, I was like, okay, I'll buy them. And the first one is The Insiders by Tijan, and then the second one is The Damaged. These 2 go together. I don't think there's any more books in the series, or I hope there isn't, because I only have these 2. But this has something to do with, like, this girl is, like, super smart, and she doesn't know her dad, but some guy shows up and says basically either, like, live with your dad, or something. Her absent father is none other than billionaire tech genius whom she's idolized her whole life. She learns all of this when she meets her father's associate, dark, mysterious, and electrifying Cashton Colello. He gives Bailey 2 choices: go with him and meet her father, or survive on her own with her father's enemies haunting her every step. So I guess she goes to live with him and her dad, I guess. I don't know. But there's 2 books. I'm excited for these because, like I said, I did really like Enemies. These don't really give me, like, a romance vibe, though. But I think they are. I mean, they're blurbed by Elle Kennedy and Kylie Scott and Jennifer L. Armentrout. So I would think that... and Helena Hunting, actually. So I would think that these are, like, romance books, even though they don't really sound like it. But I'm excited about those. Like I said, I got both of them, which was, like, part of the reason I placed the order was because they actually had both. Next, I got this book, and I don't even know why I bought this, honestly. This is Nothing More by Anna Todd. If you've watched my videos for a while, I can't remember if I even showed this, but, like, maybe a year or 2, probably 2 years ago, I ordered this book from Book Outlet, and it came, like, totally destroyed. Like, they had bound the pages down the middle of the page. Like, you could not read the copy of the book that they sent me. And I, like, emailed them or whatever, and they, like, gave me a refund for it, but it was out of stock, so they didn't send me another one. So I just kind of haven't had this book for, like, 2 years, even though I, like, technically bought it. And I bought the second one at a book sale that I went to that was really cheap, and just didn't have this one. But now I'm like, I don't know, I feel like I'm past the point of After. You know, this is, for anyone who doesn't know, this is like the sort of After spin-off. It follows Landon, who is he Hardin's cousin, stepbrother? I can't even remember, it's been so long. He's somehow in the picture though with Hardin, and this is like his story, and there's a second one, and like I said, I have the second one already. But maybe someday I'll get to this. I don't know. I don't see me picking up something After related in the near future. But they had it. It was cheap. The reason I placed this order too was they were having like a buy 2 get 1 free sale. So I was like, well, fine. If you're going to give me free books, I guess I can place an order. And so I got this to replace that copy. Next, I'm actually really excited about these books. I don't know why. I just have like an obsession with Karen M. McManus's books, and not even like reading them, just like owning them. Like, I really like her covers, and especially like the hardcover versions of them. So I got You'll Be the Death of Me, which is, these are both like YA like thrillers, I guess. And then I got The Cousins. These are her 2 like most recent releases. I think I already own all of the other ones that she has out. But I don't know, something about her, like I said, her books just like draws me in. And I read One of Us is Lying, and like didn't love it, but like I did think it was good. But I like guessed who like the killer or whatever it was like really early on in the book, and I was kind of sad that I was right and that it was like that straightforward. But I'm excited to try these because obviously they're different than that. And like I said, I just really like how her books look like on the shelf. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm weird. I just really like them, and they were really cheap, so I bought them. And so those are all the books I bought this month. And like I said, I haven't been buying a ton. I probably will do a Black Friday book haul maybe, and I am going to the used book sale again in a couple months, so I'll have another used book sale haul for you soon-ish. And so anyway, that's everything I have for today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. I do new book videos every single week, and I'll see you next time.